Season 3 of Street Fighter 6 just released, and we've seen Sagat in full effect as he's just an absolute beast. And we've got Sea Viper on the horizon and around the fallish area, which I'm super excited for. But thinking on Sea Viper, a lot of people were saying that she kind of doesn't really even fit Street Fighter 4, right? She doesn't even play like any other character, which led me down a rabbit hole. If she doesn't even fit in Street Fighter 4, who doesn't fit in Street Fighter 6? So today I've got a couple picks that I just don't want to see back in Street Fighter 6, as either they just don't even fit the game or they just look weird. So first up we have Nallali, which was like the kind of pseudo poster boy of Street Fighter 5. I think they just kind of dropped the ball, seemingly on purpose with this character. To be fair, he's got it all, right? He's a cool primal looking character. He's got like an Aztec theme. His V trigger, whenever he activates, probably you'll see it in a second. He's got like the glowing hair, so like he has it all. It's just that I don't think he got the support that he kind of needed from Capcom, right? And on top of that, the story mode was just a little bit lacking. I don't think anyone necessarily saw him in Street Fighter 5 and thought that he was his favorite character, right? You might have seen him in tournament just because he was a decent option, but I don't think that he's coming back in Street Fighter 6, and honestly, he might make a recurrence in like Capcom versus SNK, but then again, he's competing against many other beloved characters for a slot, so who knows? It's not looking very likely for this guy. And now another entry from Street Fighter 5 was Akira, that came from rival schools back in 1997. This guest character was kind of mixed in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure she was beloved, but she didn't really make too big of a splash. Notably, they did a good job with keeping her like aesthetic and everything, but I don't see her fitting into a Street Fighter 6 with the forbidden green goo and whatnot. So I'm not sure how I feel about her. I don't think she's coming back. Now, I know what you're thinking. Before you crucify me, yes, this is my third entry from Street Fighter 5, but I am a little bit biased, right? I have the most hours in Street Fighter 5 previously than other Street Fighter games. But the next entry was Faulk, and I think that she kind of fell flat along with Ed. And you might be thinking like, okay, well, Ed came back in a previous DLC season, and you would be correct. And I think they did him justice while also giving him limelight, as he's like the only premier boxer for Street Fighter 6, right? Hold on, we'll get there. I think if they did something with Faulk like they did with Ed, it would be a welcome change to the character in general. I think that she's falling flat a little bit compared to other characters of even Street Fighter 5, right? So I think if they sauced her up a little bit like they did with Ed, I think it'd be cool, but I would rather see other staff wielders like maybe Rolento, right, come back for the new next-gen console, as I find him just a little bit more appealing of a character than Faulk, as we already kind of have a lot of like Psycho Crusher influences or whatever from Bison, right? So Faulk making our number 3 on the list. Oh, and there's number 1. Ugh. And next up, we have the absolute oppressive demon in Rufus, okay? Now, this guy is not very pleasing to the eye, right? And you can see the dive kicks. This guy is an absolute monster when it comes to Street Fighter 4. But maybe it was just Justin Wong. I don't know if I'd want to see him again. I think it's kind of like one of those characters that like you enjoy playing a bunch, but playing against him, I don't know, not so much. I could definitely see him being good for the drive system, but the only experience that I really had with Street Fighter 4 was with the 3DS edition, okay? So take my words with a grain of salt, with like the touchpad inputs and all that bullshit. I remember Quesadilla bombing with El Fuerte. I know some people kind of swear by Rufus, you know, to each their own. There's always a fighter for everyone, but for me, not so much. Now we're taking it all the way back to Third Strike, okay? And I'm not talking about Dudley. I'm talking about Necro, okay? This weird hybrid between Dhalsim and Blanca is like, I don't know. I think it was kind of crazy, and for the time, it was like interesting to kind of shake up the roster, right? Third Strike has like the most unique characters, I think, released. Damn near half the roster, or even more, was just like new characters at the time. I think it's just a little bit too weird. I think we have some weirdos already. Like, we have like Aki. We've got Blanca specifically. We have Dhalsim. So I think, to be honest, I'd rather see like a Seth come back. It's like this weird zoning, rushdown, kind of hedgehog-looking ass build. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't think it would fit in Street Fighter 6. And now for this next entry, I'm going to go ahead and look at a couple tweets, right? So the first one comes from SMG Princess, right? And she says, the one thing that I really like about fighting games is that you can't really cheat like you can in shooters. You're either good at the game or you're not. Well, the other person in question would be Asa, and this would be the next character that should not come back in Street Fighter 6.
Wow, from there, after the crouching short. And again,
massive fucking
he was a little
buttons.
too
my
far.
God.
Yep. Yeah, Tokido, it's not like he reacted, right? He was just sitting there. Oh, this is so bad. Wait a minute, is he dead?
I think he might be
He's
dead.
dead.
I think he might be dead.
I'm pretty
The crowd
sure
is
he's
going
dead.
nuts.
The
That's not why. It's not right.
Yep.
It's not right for America.
Look
Not
at this
right for
motherfucker.
Japan.
He knows he
Why
robbed
did
him,
he
bro.
have to be dead?
Broad daylight. I think we do need a lot more big body characters, big body grapplers that's not like Zangief. I just don't like Zangief at all. I hate him, okay? It's not that I hate grapplers, I hate Zangief, okay? Manon I'm a little bit more impartial for, but Zangief as a character isn't really like appealing to me. So I would much rather see someone like Hugo. A redo of Hugo would be sick. And I guess canonically, Street Fighter 6 has said to be right after Street Fighter 3, Third Strike. So who knows? Maybe we could see, we've already gotten Alex, right? So maybe we'll see some Hugo. I don't know, but don't want to see this motherfucker. And last but not least, we have Balrog. Now,
Here we go.
let me turn that down, goddamn. What the hell? By the way, all of the videos are going to be in the bottom description. Although he would fit the game, like look at this rushdown. In Street Fighter 6, that'd be insane. But I don't know, not really too big of a fan. Although I will say in Street Fighter 5, I did play Balrog, right? That was my first character. I don't think that I want to see him in Street Fighter 6. Like I think Dudley has been in the shadows for way too long. I think I need to see this man in Street Fighter 6 glory. Drive rushing with that green goblin goo, you know? So I don't know. I think we've seen all the other World Warriors before, right? Like, we have Honda, we have Dalsum, we have Blanca. All of these World Warrior characters, Ryu, Guile, Ken, obviously, right? Zangief from Street Fighter 2. But I think we can kind of leave this guy, you know, he's been in every single title, I guess you could say, right? Why not, you know, a little gentleman on the roster, okay? And to be fair, we've seen like a rework with like T-Hawk, for example. I don't think T-Hawk was very, very popular, but reworked into someone like Lily, because I think her name's like Lily Hawk or some shit. It's not unheard of to see World Warriors kind of like go away from the roster. So I don't know. Me personally, Balrog isn't the choice for me. So go ahead, I give you permission to fry me in the comments. Let me know my suggestions, if they were trash, if they were good. Is there anybody that I didn't even consider? Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.